Good day, I am Babawale Afolabi. A nation's strength lies in its security, and security begins with protecting what keeps Nigeria moving. This is the Defenders Program, where we highlight the roles of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps in safeguarding our country infrastructure and ensuring a safer future.
In a bold move to safeguard the nation's greatest asset, the youth corpus, NSCDC assures NYSC of security of facilities and corps members. The DG, who received quarter guard on arrival, has a mark of honor in the military and paramilitary settings. Assumed duty at the NYSC on the 6th March 2025 and was accompanied on the visit by directors and principal staff officers.
NSCDC-77084. Assistant 1, Anthony Kaduna. Aid provided by Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. National Headquarters, Soka, Abuja. Aid present. Ready for your inspection. Sir!
The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) has assured the National Youth Service Corps (NYSC) of its readiness to intensify partnership with the view of improving security of corps members and facilities across the 36 states and Federal Capital Territory. Commandant General of the NSCDC, Dr. Ahmed Abubakar Haudi, MNI OFR, gave the assurance when he hosted the Director General of the NYSC, Brigadier General Olakunle Olusheye Nafiu, in his office during a courtesy visit.
When chief executive visit me like this, I take 1-2 minutes to give them lectures on leadership. Leadership, according to Robert Greene, one that wrote about 48 laws of power. See, any leader, I quote, any leader who is not able to impact on the lives of his subjects, that leader is not worth it. End of quote. And so I'm very excited. And very excited to hear that you have already brought out your blueprint and you have marshaled out where you're going. That is very, very fantastic. Because many a times leaders that become leaders do not prepare for leadership. There are two types of leaders, according to Kaljon. There are those who stumble into leadership, and there are those who prepared for it. And that is to say that you have prepared for leadership, because within 1-2 months, you have already prepared your blueprint, marshal out your vision and mission, identifying where you're going. That is a very brilliant idea. And I know that with this, you will succeed. So you're welcome. And from the side of the core, I want to say that my principal officers are here. They know how cerebral I am. Our doors are usually open for any relationship that we know that is going to be an betterment of both organization and then for the whole of the country. So our doors are open. Anytime you come knocking, the doors will be widely open for you.
While stating his mission to the NSCDC, Brigadier General Nafiu explained that facilities of NYSC, staff and members of the Corps are vulnerable to threats, hence the decision to identify critical stakeholders in the security architecture of the nation, of which NSCDC is among. The DG applauded NSCDC for its crucial role in providing protection at camps during orientation programs, facilities, and release of its training college at Kaduna State, which was used for orientation exercise for some states when such states were considered more vulnerable.
As a critical stakeholder in the security architecture of this country, and as a client in that regard, because NYSC has got core members across the length and breadth of Nigeria. I always tell my staff that arguably we should be competing with MTN that says everywhere you go, you see MTN. I think they don't have as much spread as NYSC has got. And so with that, we know we are prone to a lot of challenges. Security, core members and staff members are exposed to a lot of security issues, and our facilities are spread across the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital Territory. I've been the agency that is designated constitutionally for the protection of critical national assets and infrastructure, of which our secretariat and all some of our facilities, I believe, fall within. We just feel that we should come to see you. So thank you for what you've been doing in the past, the cooperation the NYSC has enjoyed over the past years from the NSCDC in terms of security of our camps, in terms of assistance with our orientation activities, which I know could be very demanding, because now we run 3 batches and 2 streams each. So we have 6 times we come knocking on you on the average in a year to second your personnel to us to come help protect our camp, to come help with the drill and the running of our camp. And in the course of my interacting with the Commandant General, I even learned that in the past, we even used NSCDC facility in Katsina to be able to handle some of our camps that we could not hold in some troubled states in the northeastern part of the country. And so for this and many more you've been doing for us, sir, I've come to say thank you with my management team, to appreciate you once again. I know it's a routine call whenever a new DG comes on board. It must come knocking at the NSCDC, and I believe it will be out of place for me to come on board and not follow suit, coming to knock at your door.
for the Defenders, the show that highlights the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps in action.
The Commandant General of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Hamid Abubakar Howdy.
Protecting the heart of Nigeria's progress, from safeguarding critical infrastructure to securing our national resources, the NSCDC plays a vital role in securing the future of Nigeria. With the mining marshals leading the fight against illegal mining, the Corps ensures that our natural resources are protected from exploitation, preserving them for future generations. The Commandant General Special Intelligence Squad is on the front line, fighting to stop illegal bunkering and the theft of our nation's oil resources, protecting our economy and sovereignty. And the female squad is dedicated to protecting our schools, keeping our children safe from the threat of banditry, rape, and other criminal activities. Every day, the men and women of the NSCDC are working tirelessly to safeguard our communities, protect our nation's resources, and support sustainable development. The Defenders, ensuring a safer, stronger, and more prosperous Nigeria for all. Stay informed, stay safe, stay empowered with the Defenders.
Do you know every breath we take and every move we make can be filled with joy, peace, and serenity? That's the consciousness we are having at the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. As I introduce to you the Peace and Conflict Management of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. Some trust in lawyers, some trust in money, but we believe in the power of mediation. It is good when you take your cases to court, but you made the best decision when you bring your cases to the Peace and Conflict Management of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps. Are you defrauded, cheated, or you have issues in your marriages? Why don't you make use of our Peace Clinic today? Our Peace Desk officers are waiting eagerly to attend to your needs. You can get them in all the offices of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps all over the Federation. Thanks to our reliable and credible administrator, our own Commandant General, Dr. Ahmed Abubakar Audi, MNI UFR, who has made the provision and environment comfortable for training and retraining exercise on alternative dispute resolution. Barely 2 years in office, over 75,000 cases have been settled out of court nationwide, all for free without charges. What are you waiting for? Make good use of our Peace Clinic today and you'll be glad you did. This message is coming to you from the stable of the Defenders TV of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, National Headquarters, Abuja. Remember, when you see something, please say something.
According to data released by the Public Relations Office of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) in Ondo State, a total of 135 criminal cases were recorded in the first quarter of 2025. Out of this figure, 2 kidnap cases were recorded by the command, while 7 persons were arrested for illegal mining and pipeline vandalism. Within the same period, 15 persons were apprehended for obtaining by false pretense, while 13 others were arrested for stealing, among others. The State Commandant of NSCDC, Oluyemi Ibiloye, who briefed journalists on the achievements of the command in the first quarter of the year, said his men are working tirelessly to tackle illegal oil bunkering and theft. Ibiloye said efforts of the command are yielding results with the arrest of vandals and criminals in the state.
In the first quarter of the year, we're able to, in conjunction with Tantita and the Nigerian Army, we're able to bust some illegal refining set up in the thick forest of somewhere in Ilaje, which was widely reported. We're also a part of the joint task force after the killing in Allah that was set up by the state government.
Ibiloye also revealed that the command is synergizing with other security agencies to address the rising cases of kidnapping in the state.
We're able to arrest 2 kidnapped suspects, although they were not directly the suspects, but of course they are both the kidnapper who had actually strayed in from Kogi State. On
activities of private guard operators, the commandant said their operations are being checked on a regular basis.
Activities of illegal private security companies in the state, to a large extent, from our own appraisal, they are very minimal. And of course, we have the private guard units go out from time to time.
Since its establishment by an act in 2003, the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps has been operating from rented offices in Kaduna for both administrative and operational duties. This arrangement has sometimes hindered its efficiency. Now, 22 years later, the Corps is said to have a permanent headquarters in Kaduna, a move expected to enhance its operational effectiveness.
As an agency committed to the security and well-being of individuals within Kaduna State, we assure you of our continued support and collaborations in achieving a secure and prosperous state.
Zonal Commander ACG Bala Haruna, who oversees Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps operations in Kaduna and Katsina states, described the development as a significant milestone that will improve service delivery.
We need to have a permanent place so that we can operate from. Without it, we'll be moving from one building to another, as the way the sister said. But I have the belief that now that we have the permanent site, sky is our limit, to ensure that critical national asset and infrastructure are not vandalized in the state. And we will contribute our own quota towards protecting lives and property generally.
Kaduna State Governor Obasani, represented by the Commissioner for Internal Security James Kanyip, reaffirmed the state government's commitment to supporting the Corps in fulfilling its mandate.
I have confidence and belief in the Corps that they will give in their best. They have been doing that, and the state government has been commending the Corps for a wonderful job.
The NSCDC believes that having a permanent headquarters in Kaduna will not only strengthen its presence in the region, but also empower its personnel for improved security operations.
Security and safety is very paramount for our citizens in this country. Knowing fully well that without security, the life and property of the citizens cannot be protected. Also, in terms of safety as well, it is the people that are safe that can save people's life and property. As a result of that, I want Nigerians to be conscious of safety of their life and also property. By saying this, when you are leaving your home, make sure that you switch off all your appliances. Make sure that you have the phone numbers of security agencies be it fire service, civil defense, and so on, so that if there's any emergency, you'll be able to reach as quickly as possible to any of the agencies that is responsible for that incident. I wish Nigeria safe and keep watching Defender. Thank you.
Thank you for being part of the program, The Defenders. Together, we protect our infrastructure, safeguard our communities, and build a more secure Nigeria. I am Babawale Afolabi. See you next time.